Hello, I'm Mr. Aaron. It's good to see you.
The whole approach of the prosthetic makeup is, well, thematically we're trying to give Robert Patrick the look of Elvis Presley as if he had continued to age in a very graceful, natural, and healthy way.
Want a smoothie?
We want to make it an interpretation and not a caricature. And that was one thing that Robert and I were very particular about.
It's a little nerve-wracking to try to play a legend like that everybody knows.
The biggest trick on this whole project has been to come up with something that is very refined and still being able to pull out the subtle, in some cases not so subtle, physical characteristics or traits that really make Elvis when you look at him in photographs or video or film.
I was thrilled when I saw him in makeup because you get super excited about what he's going to look like, and then when you see him, it supersedes your expectations.
To be honest with you, it's a bitch to try to recreate Elvis Presley as a 72-year-old man.
And Robert is he's just remarkable in this film. And he just took it to a whole new level. I mean, he had 4.5 hours of makeup going in, and he had an hour and a half coming out, and he subjected himself to that every day.
I'm not a fan of prosthetics. I'd like to go my entire career prostheticless.
Wow. I was pretty amazed. They did some job, and I mean, I know only having to do certain things, that's a hell of a thing to go through. I mean, 4 hours.
I'm coming back, baby.
As we started to get into it with ADI, the guys up there who did the prosthetics, they came back with some tests and, okay, what is a 70-year-old Elvis going to look like?
We start with designs of the actor that we did a lot of Photoshop work on to project what that look should be.
They came up with different stages and progressions of age.
And then we do a life cast of the actor.
They did a full cast of him, and then they built basically a whole new face, chin, and pieces and stuff to make Robert Mr. Aaron.
I think there were 5 different appliances that went into creating the illusion of the King being alive at 70 years old.
Normally on a test makeup like this, you don't get this far along right off the bat, but I feel like we're working with really thin pieces, so that's helping a lot.
The one thing that I really wanted was that he'd maintain a sexiness. So we talked about the King still having a kissable mouth.
You know, the shape of his mouth, the shape of his lips. There's something to Elvis's nose that is, even though it's subtle, there's still a very distinctive look to it. So we have to sort of bridge the gap between Robert Patrick, the actor, and Elvis's image, and sort of do that with foam rubber appliances to get that look, but still adapt it to the actor's face so he can move naturally and it's all very believable, not at all looking like it's somebody wearing a mask. You know, once the appliances are down and glued on, all the coloring has to be done to match the color of his appliance to the color of his skin tone. And then he'll also work in all the little details, all the freckling, breakup, age spots. Again, we're going to go real subtle rather than do a real heavy, patterny looking makeup because we want it to look natural.
At the time, Robert Patrick couldn't dye his hair gray, and that's something that I wanted because I wanted to see Elvis age naturally and gracefully.
I don't know if you've seen the wig in there, but Lana has totally shaped it, and it's got the pompadour, and I think Elvis's nose is looking really good in there too.
Dang, that hair looks good. That's some good hair.
I think they had Elvis's teeth made, like a bridge of Elvis's actual teeth that he put in and he wore. So we had Elvis's actual dental records.
We've never really had the challenge of replicating a celebrity before, so that also is very appealing. Anytime you get a chance to do something new in the business, it's a very attractive proposition to get involved in.
Feels real good to be back.
Well, they were Academy Award winning makeup artists, but we were very blessed to have them. We were very fortunate, and they were oh so gracious to come and work with us because, we had no money.
Right away, let's go back to 1, here we go.
When I saw Robert in the Elvis makeup, it was unbelievable. Robert disappears, and you do see Elvis at this age. It's unbelievable.
You always look for like the actor behind all the prosthetics, but then when you get through all the prosthetics, you just see those piercing blue eyes like Elvis's, and you go, it's very unsettling.
Jesus.
I'm not Jesus, but I appreciate the comparison.
But once you get all that gear on, you really start to feel like you are Elvis.
As a matter of fact, there were some people who came to set who had met Elvis Presley. And when they were in the presence of the king, Mr. Aaron, they felt Elvis's presence with them and were able to verify that, yeah, we were kind of on the right track and we did a good job with the makeup and Robert's performance. So it was nice to have that extra little validation with somebody who'd actually shook the man's hand.
Totally blew it. He doesn't look like Dean Martin at all.
Oh, God's loving. I'm a good-looking dude.
I still, to this day, however long it's been, have not seen his real face. That's asinine. It's ridiculous.
A little less conversation, a little more action, please.
And then we took it a step further, Peter and I. The only way I could do it was if everybody treated me like Mr. Aaron.
We've got to take Mr. Aaron very serious. He's a serious man.
Robert was very particular about wanting to be called Mr. Aaron the entire time. So even when we weren't shooting, everybody had to refer to him as Mr. Aaron.
Very much respect and enjoy, and was completely delighted by Robert Patrick's, not wanting to be addressed as anything else but Mr. Aaron.
That's what was weird about Lonely Street, is I had been doing that Mr. Aaron gag since like 1992, since I was on like Camp Wilder on ABC television. So the fact that I got to a set and a guy demanded to be called Mr. Aaron, that was weird.
He was into it, and it was good, because I could tell that he was, really wanted to immerse himself in the character, and I understand that.
It helped him to channel the essence of the character, but it created a spirit on set where as soon as he did step on set, everybody got very, not serious, but reverent. Like, wow, the king is here.
When he came on set, he was Mr. Aaron. He stayed Mr. Aaron, he talked as Mr. Aaron, and, I think for him it was all or nothing.
And when he did step on set that first time, you felt it, and there was a little tingle that kind of went through the set, like, wow, this guy's alive. And what would it be like if the king were still alive today? It was magic. It was great.
When he said, like, I would really like to be called Mr. Aaron, I go, oh, okay, like very respectful, but in my mind I was going, I quit using that 3 years ago.
Shit, I even think I'm Elvis now.
This is a guy that's now 70-some-odd years old. He's probably been through Narcotics Anonymous, AA, or whatever the hell he is. He's kind of got his life back together, and he's grabbed hold of all that, and he's got his demons under control, and he's wiser.
Well, it was great. For a period of like 2 weeks, it seemed like every day I was dropping a new Elvis movie off at Robert's house. It was either an Elvis movie or an Elvis book or, an Elvis concert or something. I mean, he really did do his homework.
Boy, oh boy. I wanted him to have a real sense of reality.
He's fit now, he's been working out, he drinks smoothies, he's into karate, he's a pretty good golfer.
You buy that that's Elvis, and you'll buy all the other stuff. That's the idea.
Robert had this great kind of radar of saying, no, this is pushing it too much, this is making the cliche, or doing that kind of Vegas thing with him.
Peter and I had this conversation because originally somebody tried to stick me in a rhinestone jumpsuit, and we had a moment to really think about that and go like, do you think he'd really still want to put that on? And we went, no, because he's probably more like a Tony Bennett now. I think he's now mature and wiser, and he's kind of going like, I think I better just put that jumpsuit away. I think we'll just go out there, we'll put on a nice Hugo Boss suit or something. Showtime.
Deep down, I think everybody wonders what would it have been like if Elvis had lived. And so hopefully we're presenting a good glimpse into what that would be like.
I really want this, even though this is a comedy and all that kind of stuff, for this all to work. People really believe that this could be Elvis Presley. Let's really give it to him in that way. And I think with the makeup and everything, there'll be moments when people look at it and go, God, they did a good job with that.
That's it, man.